Think about your average Tuesday. For most of us, the modern workplace feels like we're driving an ambulance from one manufactured crisis to the next. We rush through halls and hammer at keyboards as if every incoming message is a matter of life and death. That sense of panic usually starts small. A coworker makes a slightly passive-aggressive comment at 9 a.m. By 9:05, you're annoyed. By 9:15, you're questioning your workload. By 9:30, you're spiraling into a full-blown existential crisis about next year. This is called snowball thinking. Your mind takes one isolated, minor trigger and unconsciously links it to dozens of other unrelated frustrations. This chain reaction manufactures a false sense of emergency, triggering a real physiological stress response before you've even had your first cup of coffee. While corporate culture treats a high tolerance for stress as a badge of honor, it is actually a dangerous psychological trap. Training yourself to handle immense pressure desensitizes your brain to the early warning signs of burnout. You stop noticing the tight shoulders and the short temper, missing the signals until you hit a wall and experience a total emotional collapse. Treating every minor email like a 5-alarm fire while building an immunity to warning signs is a guaranteed path to chronic, long-term misery. The quickest way out of this trap is to accept a simple truth. Your in-basket will never be empty. In fact, the professional world is designed to be a continuous cycle of self-replenishing tasks. If you tie your personal peace to the completion of a to-do list, frustration becomes your baseline. Even after your most productive day, there will still be reports to read, calls to make, and business to finish. Instead of trying to reach an impossible finish line, try a different approach. Lower your tolerance for stress. Treat tension like an early warning system, allowing you to catch and diffuse minor irritations while they are still small. Redefining what a successful workday looks like strips the manufactured urgency from your daily tasks. You stop the cognitive snowball at the top of the hill before it can gather momentum. Even with a perfect internal mindset, your environment remains chaotic. Coworkers will constantly attempt to drag you into their external crises and manufactured dramas. Think of these moments as a thrown ball. A colleague suddenly hurls a manufactured crisis or an unwarranted criticism directly at you, expecting a reaction. Corporate culture often suggests that being a team player requires you to catch every ball and solve everyone's problems. This instinct is what leaves most professionals feeling perpetually overwhelmed. A more effective strategy is to sidestep. When someone throws you a crisis that they could easily solve themselves, establish a psychological boundary. Refuse to engage, let the issue drop to the floor, and keep walking. Healthy boundaries allow you to maintain your focus. By refusing to catch every ball, you preserve your energy for the problems you actually own. Many of our own office conflicts are driven by a single source: the ego's constant, desperate need to be right. Correcting a colleague over a trivial detail might satisfy your ego for a moment, but it consistently destroys psychological safety and breeds quiet resentment in your peers. Try a new operational rule for workplace survival. Choose kindness over being right. Allowing others to stand their ground on trivial matters removes the constant friction of judgment from your relationships. This practice builds a foundation of mutual respect, making others far more receptive to your ideas when the stakes actually matter. The idea that peace leads to laziness is one of the most toxic myths in business. In reality, a relaxed state of mind provides the clarity needed to be vastly more creative and effective. Panic, fear, and chronic stress are not required fuels for high achievement. They are distractions that lead to avoidable mistakes and physical exhaustion. To build a calm baseline, try secret kindness. Do a small favor, unjam the printer, or leave a supportive note, and tell nobody. This decouples your actions from the ego's need for validation, building a sense of internal quiet. Next, schedule exactly 10 minutes to do absolutely nothing. No screens, no podcasts, no reading. This deliberate pause allows your brain to recover from the constant barrage of daily stimuli. Establishing a calm baseline depends on the deliberate, strategic effort to starve the ego and defend your mind's need for space. Zoom out to the macro perspective of the working world. Chaos is the undeniable, constant law of nature. Perfect order is merely a human dream. Trying to force order onto an environment of constant change is a futile effort that only results in suffering. You cannot control the external environment, and you cannot control other people. You can only control your internal response to them. Relinquishing the need for control allows you to move through the workday with perspective, treating the experience as a manageable journey rather than an exhausting battle.